If you like the IP of Tower of God, you will probably really enjoy this game, but for the rest of the players, it's going to be a really tough sell for mainly one reason: the company behind the game. Hello, the internet, welcome back to Worst Gacha Ever, a series where we cover new gacha releases to see how good or bad they are, so you don't have to waste your time. We'll cover gameplay, combat, gacha rates, the shop, the community, the company behind the game, the art, the animations, the interface, and then my final thoughts. Before we start, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to help me grow the channel, and let's get started with today's game, Tower of God New World. The first thing and the most important one for every game, let's start with that, it's gameplay and combat, and this is an idle game, 3D auto battler, nothing new here, it's pretty decent, it's super pretty, a lot of animations, a lot of things going on, so let me go just hit Adventure, and let's hit Enter Battle here. You can have 5 units and you can change them at any point, and one of the best things of this game is you don't need to level up your units. What you level up is a thing called link, so each slot on your team, one of those 5s, it's a link, right? You have 5 links where you can put every unit, but you don't have to level them up individually. You just level up that spot. So I can put a unit on my spot being level 50, and all my units will be level 50 if I put them there, instead of having to level up your units manually, which I personally dislike more. So this system is pretty nice, pretty nice. There is also, let me remove the cutscenes here for a second. There is also no stamina, meaning you are gated by your combat power, which is always a lot better because you can always try to optimize your combat power, level up something here, level up your equipment, try to get dupes if you are pulling. You can do a lot of things to try to get more combat power, but most games with the stamina, you cannot do anything to get more stamina. You are hard gated with that, right? So let me show you the link that I was talking about. If you go to growth, there are things that I haven't yet not unlocked because I haven't played enough, but the issue link is where you will level up your unit. As you can see, my unit is level 66 and I can level her up, and this unit, whatever unit I put here, it's going to be level 77. So it doesn't matter what unit you put in there, it's always going to be that. You can also limit break them and you will get extra stats once again for the unit that you are putting in there, and you can level up everyone individually, as you can see. So now I have 2 level 77 units, 60, 60, and 65. And if I change those units, they will keep the same level even if I put someone else. I cannot speak on the other systems, but personally this one, I really like it. Let's talk a little bit about character progression. There are things that I like and things that I dislike. One of the things that I really like is the proficiency here, and the more you play with the character, the more rewards you get and the stronger they get. But not only that, when you reach max proficiency, you unlock the personal weapon for that character. So you don't have to pull for characters and weapons, you pull the character, and if you play a lot with them, you will be able to unlock a specific as equipment. I don't know if you will need dupes or specific items to level up those equipment later, but it is completely free, and in fact you can just use these books, as you can see. So for example, I just use all the books that I have, and as you can see, if we go to equipment, auto equip, we now have our exclusive weapon, which for the character is going to be a huge power spike. I personally really like that proficiency system. Then you have the rapport, which is the usual gift system for those characters. You will also get more rewards and specific cosmetics when you max out the friendship with the character. I think that is pretty good, right? Those are some pretty good stuff. Now let's go into the bad stuff of the character progression, and that's going to be dupes. Just like AFK Arena, you will need a lot of dupes to max out the character. I think it's between 15 and 18. If someone is playing the game and it's less, do let me know in the comments, please. But here's the thing, you level up the skills. So you level up these 3 skills, right? We have 1, 2, 3. Now when you level those up, you will then level up the main skill right here, the special move. But you need to do that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times with 3 skills each, and each skill will cost you a dupe, meaning you will need, well, once again, 15, 18 dupes depending on the character. For SSR characters, it's not that bad, and we'll talk about race in a second. For the R characters, it's not that bad because again, you will get a lot of them. And when it comes to SSR plus characters, however, that is when it's going to be a pain in the ass. The last thing I want to talk about gameplay and combat is the daily and weekly missions. I think the rewards are pretty good. So this is the daily missions. When you finish your daily missions, you'll get 100 gems and you'll get a single. Pretty good. And then when you finish your weeklies, you'll get 3 singles, 400 gems, and not only that, but 10 of these soul stones. When you get 60, you get a random SSR. I think that's pretty good. Every week you are getting a guaranteed SSR, 3 pulls, 400 gems, and then every day you are getting a pool and 100 gems. When it comes to pool currency, the game is actually quite generous, but my problem is not with the pools themselves, but with how many dupes you need and with the shop as well. And that said, let's actually talk about the gacha and the rates. If we go to someone here, right now there is no rate type of banner. We only have the friendship banner, and then we also have like the normal banner where you can actually select which units you want to have as a rate type characters. I only put girls in there because waifus, right? And now here is the cool part. When you do 100 pulls, you get an SSR selector, and when you do 200 pulls, which we will do right now, you get an SSR plus. I'm not sure if it's a selector or a random one, so let's actually check the rates and then we'll do the pulls. So as you can see, rates are actually this. It's for SSRs 4.7%, for SRs 45%, and for R units 50%. There are no SSR plus. I'm guessing those will come with the next banners. That said, let's do a couple multis so you can actually see the animation for the pulling, and also so we can see if the SSR plus is a selector or it's going to be a random one. When you escape, as you can see, you will see if you get something or not. It can spark. Even if you get nothing here, everything is red, you can still spark and get an SSR. In this case, we got absolutely nothing, which is fine. It's fine. Let's do one more so we can get our SSR. Let's go. Yes. Now we will skip this because what I'm interested is the SSR. So let me skip this. Let's click to see if we get anything. We got nothing. Once again, a pity, right? It is what it is. Says la vie. But now, SSR get bonus, SSR plus, as you can see. Let me see if it's a selector. Okay, it's not a selector, so you get a random one every 200 pulls. I think it's still pretty nice that you get an SSR, you know, every so often. Oh, are we getting a girl? Let's go. We got the waifu actually. Yes. I'm like, oh, wait, again? How many times can you click again? Okay, I'm not sure if you can do this infinitely or this is going to be a specific thing, right? Because it's an SSR plus like 100%. I'm not sure how many times you can do this. We will select this girl because, you know, who doesn't like a good waifu, right? Peace is like putting a leash on a rabid dog. Hey, she can put a leash on me at any point. Good girl, good girl. Looks pretty cool. So it's not a selector per se, but you can get that every 200 pulls. For free to play, I'm not sure how often you will be able to get one. Now, combat, gameplay, and rates for the gacha side. Let's talk about the shop. Like always, it's a gacha, so it's trash. When it comes to the shop, as you saw previously, we got the pop-up offer. You constantly are getting pop-up offers. The shop is filled with like 30 different things. You have your usual, you know, monthly card, as you can see here. There is like two different ones. No, actually, there is 3 different ones. What the fuck is this? Okay, this is only one, but no, limited time. No, bro. I hope this is not a permanent thing, but there are at least 2 monthly cards. There's also 3 mission passes. So one for, I think it's what, 15 bucks, one for 25 bucks, and then there's one more I can see, and I can see the price, but 3 passes. You also have your usual offers in here that, you know, plenty of things to buy. If you are a spender, I'm not going to talk about value because to me there is no real value, but aggressive monetization, like 99% of the gachas, right? You know what you are getting when you play a gacha game. If you are free to play, don't even look at the shop. If you are a spender, make sure you just don't spend like crazy without knowing what you are buying. That said, though, let's talk about art, animations, the UI. Personally, in this category, I have 0 complaints. In here, as you can see, we are playing on an emulator. So right now, it looks a lot worse than when it looks on your phone. On my phone, this game looks a lot better for some reason than on BlueStacks. BlueStacks honestly kind of sucks lately for most games that I've been playing. It either crashes or I don't know. Maybe it's my computer, but BlueStacks lately it's acting iffy with me. Now, art direction, it's super nice, 3D, a lot of animations in combat, a lot of different ultimates. The camera action while you're playing is pretty good. And when it comes to the interface, it's pretty simple and pretty nice. On phone, on vertical, it looks better than on horizontal because we are forcing the game to be on horizontal. You can't actually, the game doesn't natively support this resolution. So again, nothing to complain here. I think the art direction of the game, it's one of the best things. I'm not sure how loyal it's compared to the webtoon because I haven't read the webtoons. I played an earlier game of Tower of God, which was by a different company, and I personally didn't like it. It was a 2D game, another auto battler. I'm not sure if the author of the webtoon chooses what company to work with or how it works with the licensing, but the previous one was quite shit. They didn't try the community right. This one is by another company. It's Netmarble. We'll talk more about that in a second. But in terms of animations, pretty good, pretty good. Honestly, like I said at the start, even with all the positive this game has, my biggest complaint is not the game itself. The game itself, it's fun. There's plenty of things to do. It's a nice idle. If you are a casual player, it takes 10 minutes to do your dailies. There is a skip for a lot of things. You don't have to worry, even for the labyrinth of a game mode. My problem comes when we talk about community and company. Now, first, community. I've never had any problem with any gacha community. They are all usually super welcoming, right? Helpful if you go to Reddit or Discord. Reddit is a little bit more of a, bubble with negativity, but Discord always, if you go ask questions, people will help you or point you in the direction you need to go, which is pretty nice. Company, though, I can't say the same. Netmarble is a shitty company that I personally will stay away from. They have plenty of gachas, and they have a lot more than they just abandon, release, see how they do, and if they don't do well enough, they just delete them, right? They don't care about the community. Also, they have been fucking over the King of Fighters for a little bit while, and they run Ni no Kuni Cross Worlds. For those of you who don't know, they release NFTs in that gacha game. For me, any game company that's releasing NFTs into their games, it's the biggest red flag on how they're going to treat their community, right? And that's what I always say. I try to stay away from certain game companies, Netmarble being one of them. Now, I am burning a lot of bridges every time I talk about this stuff. Subscribe to the channel so I can pay the bills and buy some food with these videos. That's it. Like I said, my final thoughts. I really like the game, I'm enjoying it, but I cannot play something from Netmarble because I know they're going to not listen to the community. I know the only thing they care is about getting revenue and profits over anything else. And I know the moment the game stops generating what they consider to be enough, they will close it down, right? They don't care enough. Now, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they start treating their games better. Maybe they are changing, which I really or highly doubt. But to me, that is reason enough to not play this long term. If you like Tower of God, you will really enjoy this game. And I really think that. I really think it's a nice game. But for me, I am not going to be playing this after the review. That said, I really enjoyed testing the game. I have one more that I'm working on right now for another game that released recently. It's not going to be a worst gacha ever. It's going to be a video criticizing a company on how shitty they are and how they are constantly rebranding the same game and re-releasing it on the Google Play Store. So if you want to see that and you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to give the like, subscribe, help me grow the channel. Thank you to all my patrons for making this content possible. If you want to join them, you can with the links in the description down below. Good luck with your pool Gacha Rates. And see you in the next one. 役立たずは楽園から追放するのみ。ブランとノワールのショータイムです。天地万物を切るとはこういうことだ。